Hey guys, welcome back to 1 Minute with Chad. This is the newest segment on the 3 of 7 podcast. We moved these 1 minute segments from Instagram here to the podcast because I personally felt like I was casting pearls before swine on social media. If you're here listening to this on the podcast, that tells me that you made a choice to be here intentionally. You weren't just scrolling through a feed. You are intentionally here to learn something or take away something or think about whatever it is that I have to offer. So I appreciate you. I would ask that if you get anything out of these shows, please share the episode with someone that you also think could grow or get something from the episode. That's the only way the show grows, by word of mouth. So please pass it along. If you're listening on Apple, leave us a review. We would greatly, greatly appreciate it. We depend upon you guys to grow this thing and get the word out. Now, we're going to carry on today with the list that I made of the 7 attributes of every warrior. The last one was every warrior is transformed or obviously set apart. Today, we're going to hit number 2, the second attribute that I listed out, which is discipline. All right, it's kind of frustrating doing these on these short form episodes because as I break these characteristics down, I realize I could literally write an entire chapter of a book or spend 2 hours talking about each of these characteristics. So for the sake of time here on 1 Minute with Chad, we're just going to hit this from a very basic level and my thoughts on discipline. First of all, every warrior is disciplined. Every warrior I've ever known and looked up to. The most volatile weapon on earth is the undisciplined human mind. A warrior is not volatile. A warrior is intentional. A warrior has self-control, right? A warrior is disciplined in all aspects of his or her body, soul, and spirit. The outward expression of discipline is seen as self-control in the warrior's life. The way that a warrior trains his body, harnesses his emotion, and fervently seeks and submits himself to God. That is self-control. Discipline is the mastery of one's mind, meaning that the warrior possesses the ability to make the right decision in order to move forward, regardless of circumstance or the whims of his or her feelings. I want you to understand how honor ties into discipline. Discipline is not necessarily waking up early every morning. Discipline is not necessarily doing the hardest workout every single day. Discipline means making the right decision, which that is the meaning of honor, the adherence to what is right, making the right decision, the smart decision to move the mission forward. So that may look like you getting a little extra rest or you taking a recovery day. I want you guys to understand that. A warrior has days when he would rather not train his physical body. I have plenty of days where I would rather sit around and veg out and do nothing to move the mission forward in terms of my physical body. Discipline demands that I train specifically anyways. Every warrior feels sadness, remorse, anger, and excitement. Yeah, that's the truth. Discipline demands that we not allow those emotions to lead us in the heat of battle or in our decision-making process. Did you know every warrior has seasons when he feels disconnected from a higher purpose or power? Yet discipline demands that we pray, seek, and study the precepts of God anyways. That is discipline. That's making the right decision to move the needle forward. Discipline does not produce the absence of struggle in the life of a warrior. Every warrior struggles with the same things that every other human struggles with. But a warrior's discipline allows him to have honor, there we go again, making the right decision amidst the struggle. Every warrior's commitment to becoming more effective in battle hinges upon his discipline. The choice to execute the hundreds of thousands of repetitions over decades of training is what forges the actual skill of every warrior. That takes making the right decision every day amidst the struggle, which to me is the foundation of discipline. You guys might be wondering, how can I build discipline in my own life? I'll tell you how it worked for me. I had to commit and submit myself to a process of training. My discipline started with SEAL training. I went into SEAL training with a very undisciplined mind, but I committed and submitted myself to that process. Now, here's number 2. In the beginning, if you're going into something with an undisciplined mind and you feel like you are not where you want to be, you've got to take the choice of your undisciplined mind out of the equation in the beginning, which means you have to have a coach, you have to have an instructor, you have to have someone leading you through this training process. That's the way it worked for me. I would have never built discipline in my own life if I would not have had instructors that held me accountable and essentially took the choices that I would have probably taken as an undisciplined human out of the equation and actually forced me to move in the direction of discipline. The third thing, discipline is something that we strengthen over time and through repetition. All right. It took me, Buds in itself was 6 months. I think that was my foundation of learning what discipline was, making the right decisions amidst struggle to move the mission forward. That was a 6-month process. Okay, that was just the beginning for me. I think it's something that we build over a lifetime as we continuously submit ourselves to processes that move us forward as warriors. So don't think this is something that is easy. Don't think it's something that you can just decide to build on your own. That definitely was not the case in my life, and we are out of time. So went a little long on this one. Thanks for tuning in, guys. This is 1 Minute with Chad. Nuff Said.